Hi. So Bill again here. We have reached the end of this course. So we have completed all the laboratories, and now we will be committing or saving our changes to a central repository. And in this example, it will be GitHub. So there's a GitHub guide here. However, we have tackled this during the first steps or the first recordings that we have on this course. And moving forward, right? Make sure that you follow the steps on how we did it in GitHub, and your GitHub token might have expired already, and you will need to renew that token and replace the token credentials to allow you to be able to follow on these steps here. So assuming that you have done that, right? So now we're going to go to the studio and commit our changes. And let's move now to our ServiceNow instance. So to be there is like going back to the studio again. And upon moving to the studio, right? And we need to go to need IT and going to need IT, right? So these are all the changes that we had, right? And once you go to the studio and build and follow along, right, then you should have the same outcome as I do have here. And if you have done it on some examples and using the UI 16 instead of the studio, as long as you are under the scope, right, of need IT and you are using update sets, right? You can see here it's recording at the moment. Any changes in configuration will be captured as part of the application, right? So assuming you have done that as well, right? So as you go to the studio and go to source control, all the changes, configurations, settings will be captured and committed to your repository. So as we click that, so you will see here everything is captured, right? So as you can see, there are categories. You could do anything which is created by system admin. Probably I'll stick to that because that is the persona that I have used here. Or you could be safe and go to all update sets, right? I'll leave it to you, right? Well, you can review one by one, right? If the activities matches, right? So you can see here the file type and the state and so on. Is it modified and who done it, right? So for example, here are update sets, who updated it. If you scroll down, is there anybody else who came into your instance, right? And you can see here there are like system changes as well, right? So any system is basically outside of our scope, right? So because what happens automatically, ServiceNow has its automatic changes as well behind the scenes. So we prefer going to assist admin. So as we move there, let us click continue, and we could put a note what you have added. So in real world scenario, normally per task is basically committed and a comment is added. So as you commit, it will reflect to your GitHub repository as a quality control, right? So as we go back, so let's just follow along. So he has introduced a title here, right? So I can say that I could copy this, and upon copying, that will be our comment, right? So let's go to the studio, paste the comment, right? And now commit our files. So just to repeat myself, assuming that you have done the token successfully and refreshed it, right? And normally token expires depending on the setting that you did in your instance, then this may be failing. So make sure you follow along, right? Or come back to the first video that we created. Okay, so this is now successful. And if you go forward, right? So now we have completed the course. I suggest that you verify your GitHub, right? So if you go to GitHub, right? So let's verify mine to show you, right? So what changes I've done. So your repository. So this is what we did. Previously, as you can see, it has updated now. If you go there, right, and drill down, right, so it should have gave you the date as well that something has been committed. So on this branch, you see this is what we pulled from ServiceNow. And if you go to the right, you will see activity section. Once you click that, it will show you right when you started, right? And this is the one we just committed. You can see 1 minute ago and the comment that we've added, right? And you can also compare the changes if you want to, right? And and you can be as granular as you can be to make sure that what you've created is there or not. Okay, so let's go back. So that's the end of dashboard and reports. So I suggest that you go to test your knowledge, right? And verify and get familiar on the capabilities of dashboard and reports. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video as we do a module recap before closing this course. Thank you so much. I'll see you there.